Hey, what's up? It is the dude that either you have... There's only 3 people here. People who don't know who I am. People that love me. And people that love to hate me. That's perfect. Because if you can't get behind me, you can get behind Pizza Cat, 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 Pizza Cat. I got my head through some pizza. I'm a Pizza Cat. Yeah. So anyways, it's hit and miss with this beatbox stuff. I've been blown away and in love with some beatboxers. I've made fun of some beatboxers, and there's some beatboxers that are supremely talented, but not my cup of tea. Not that I really drink a lot of tea. It's just what it is. But I always have tremendous respect for people that not only take time to create something, but to create it and release it to the public, because it can be difficult. It can be difficult to actually take time out of your day to make something for others and then share it and let the wrath of judgment come down upon you and then get the fuck back up and do it again. So I have nothing but respect for all of these dudes. That being said, if I don't like it, I don't like it. You know? I made some guitar videos. Some of y'all are like, I don't like it. I respect that. Can I make that face again? I don't know. Yeah, of course I can. See? 1, 2, 3. Make that face. Alright, let's go. Have I ever... I don't know that I've heard this guy. Enel? Let's go. I'm a little... I need a word like apprehensive, but when you think something good would happen. I think apprehensive only applies when you think something bad will happen. Alright, let's just go. Damn. I'm worked up. I'm trying to like calm. Wait, I got a Fitbit. What's my heart at? 81. That's a little high.
Yo, this is Enel from Morocco, and this is a big shout out to Beatbox International.
Already like the tone of his voice, his hair, and the fact that he's rocking a hoodie, but his hair still looks good. You know. Gotta respect what you respect. Oh shit. Does he have an overtone with that sound, or is that just his recording? Whatever it is, it sounds awesome.
Feel my bass.
I can already feel the hate coming. Dope as fuck. I have no problem with what I'm hearing. It's dope. I think here's where the anger is going to come in. There is something going on with his actual bass. Like, either the gain is up or the volume's up, because it ain't, there's no human making bass like that. Now, maybe he's not a human. That's fair. He could be a Martian. Dope as fuck, though. I should probably say it a third time. Dope as fuck.
I'm a bad boy.
Alright, I already know what I want to tell you about it, but you're like, stop pausing. Hold on.
Bad boy.
Hey.
Drop it, mama, 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 mama.
Beatbox into.
All right, well, let's get into it. They always scare me when there's 40 seconds left, because sometimes, like, I stop a video and you're like, dude, you're an idiot. You missed the best 30 seconds of everything.
National
Hold on. Clicking through all this bullshit, and yeah, there's nothing there. Okay. So, one thing that I like about people who compose, I picked a bad structure for that sentence. Like, people who compose solely. People who are the sole composers of their songs, like either like in the studio or their house or whatever, recording. And you get the same type of effect from beatboxers, right? Because they have to choose. Everything they do is a choice, right? Is there a vocal line? Is there a melodic line? Is there bass? Is there percussion? How much of there is at each of these things? And what I think is kind of awesome, not kind of, ain't no fucking kind of. What is awesome is that you can really tell how someone thinks of a composition by the choices they make. So the opposite of that is when you're in a band. You know, you got, typical, 4 people or 3 people. 3 is as low as you go, right? 3 is like, okay, yeah, you got, you got a couple people that are 2. But usually it's like bass, guitar, drums, or bass, guitar, drum, singer, or guitar, bass, drum, singer, and then whatever, the new saxophone, violins, whatever. There becomes an issue always. This always happens. There becomes an issue with what is going on in the song and who should be playing. Should you be playing now? How loud should you be playing? What's actually happening with the structure? And someone has to step in and kind of guide where things are going to go. Sometimes it's a producer or an engineer. Sometimes you have a band leader who has more sway or something, and the other band members respect that person, so they kind of listen. But when you're listening to a beatboxer, he is the composer, he's the engineer, he's the producer, he's the performer. That's just the thing. So what I thought was awesome about this, well, okay, the number one thing I thought was awesome is just I liked it. I mean, that's the easiest thing to feel awesome about, is I really felt, obviously this is Fill My Bass, but I'm going off of what I heard, which is it sounds like he's with his voice, a bass player who's making room with the other instruments, right? He's kind of telling, especially in the live setting, usually the tightest groove in a group is going to be the bass and the drums. They're going to be this foundational element that just links everything together. But he made room in his arrangement to make sure his bass shined through. Now, he did a lot of really cool percussion, but I could tell that what he really wanted to showcase was the sound of the bass, and he never let any of the percussion he did get in the way of the bass. Even when he sped up, he didn't use a lot of, I don't have a vocabulary for the beatboxers, but we have the kick drum, right, which is the lowest sounding, well, typically the lowest sounding instrument on a live kit. You could have a low tom as well. And then sometimes you have like 808s, digital things that you strike with a pad, or maybe the keyboardist is playing it. But here, he didn't really use any of those super low percussion sounds, because they would actually get this is my interpretation. I don't know if this is what he thought. I don't know. But that there's only so much room in a frequency range, right? So if he's doing a lot of low-end percussion, it actually gets in the way of his dope bass. But since he's the drummer and the bass player, he's creating the drummer that he wants to showcase his bass sound. But because he's a beatboxer, he doesn't want to do lame percussion, because we all know what lame percussion is. And if you're dope at beatboxing or you're dope at being a drummer, you don't want to play lame percussion, because you get, other drummers are like, right? So he actually did some really articulate, difficult, quick rhythms and percussion, but he kept them out of the sonic space of his bass stuff. Again, you always have to judge things where they are, like in the context they're in. And I'm going to say, for a solo dude doing bass and drums, we're going 10 out of 10. And how much do I love it? About an 8. For me, it's about an 8. But I think as far as what he was doing and what he aimed to do, I think he was perfect. I think he was absolutely, he nailed it 100%. Because remember, you always have to put it in context, right? How good was this for a gospel song? 0. It's not a gospel song. How good is this for polka or reggae? 0. Because that's not what it is. It's a terrible reggae song. It's like one of the worst reggae songs I've ever heard. But for a beatboxer doing bass with percussion, showcasing his bass skills with percussion to support that bass, 10 out of 10. I think y'all been requesting, if this is the right video, I think you've been requesting this for about a week or two. We finally got to it. Yeah. Can we tie in like a motivational, philosophical thing at the end of this? I think we can. So I said, hey, you know, based on what this is and what it aims to be, this is what I feel about it. So philosophically and motivationally, psychologically, is that when you make things that you are proud of, and I don't know you, but I know me, and we have a tendency to want to show our friends or people that we respect or people that we love, hey, check out this thing I made. But if you make something that is not like in their worldview, they're just not gonna like it. They can't like it. It's not their thing. You know, so for example, I know a lot of like really intense, crazy metal because my older brother loves intense metal, loves it. And my love of metal comes from him sharing it with me when I was like, I don't know, probably like 8 or 9, you know. But I know that there is 0%, there's 0 of those metal tracks that I can show to my mom that she will be like, that's pretty good. It's just not going to happen. So if you want to show stuff you make to everyone because you're proud you made it, you should really be prepared for a giant amount of hatred. I mean, I say giant, like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, because you're asking them to just listen to something that is basically random other than the fact that you made it. So if you want to show stuff to people, you got to be okay with them. When you want to show stuff to your friends and family, you should really expect almost everyone to hate it because that's just a really random sample of people. You know, one of my strong suits is classical guitar, which has a very small audience. And the majority of things that I would play for someone, they're just gonna fucking hate it. And that used to really make me upset. And then I had to understand, I'm making them listen to something that they don't want to listen to. So it's really normal when you do that for people to not like it. So there you go. If you're working on something and people don't like it, it's possible you suck. It's possible you're sloppy and you suck. But it is also very likely that the people you're showing it to just don't like that type of thing. So kind of get yourself an audience of people, or you know, whatever it is, a Facebook group. I know Facebook sucks, but a group of people that are kind of into that vibe, and share it with them, and then see what type of comments you get back. Because maybe even if people don't like it there, you can get some criticism that is valuable, where you can change what you do. But when you show people something they don't like, you show people a genre they don't like, expect them to not like it. Don't get mad at them, and don't hate yourself. Don't hate yourself. You just gotta keep working through it. Right, Cat? She's on the ground. Anyways, that was dope as fuck. I'm out of here. I feel good about this video, which means it probably will do terribly. But I feel good. No one's. Hey, what? Oh, you want to get on camera? Hold up. She want to get up. Hold up. Captured. We have the regular cat and the pizza cat. Regular cat, pizza cat, regular cat, pizza cat, regular cat, pizza cat, regular cat, pizza cat. Do you know where the camera is? Can you look at it? Okay, you're not going to do that. Why are you still here? I'm leaving. Let's count in odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7.